What's up, guys? Nick Tsoukales here with Credit News Daily. Listen, I want to do a quick follow-up video to our last video. You probably already watched this. Trade lines, should I buy them? If you've seen that video, I just want to add a little bit of something, really just elaborating on authorized user accounts. So if you remember from the last video, we're talking about authorized user accounts. It's a big question we get. Should I become an authorized user on someone else's credit card? Okay. So if you're unsure what this is, an authorized user account is fairly simple. Okay, somebody you know, okay, has a credit card and they make you a card holder on that credit card. For example, if you work for a big company, a lot of times they'll say, hey, here's a company credit card. They've just made you an authorized user on that card. What you don't realize is you actually get that positive reporting from that card to hit your credit report each month. So it's a nice little loophole in building up some positive credit. Now, there are some companies that actually sell trade lines or sell the ability to get onto someone else's authorized user account. They call it piggy banking or piggybacking. It's super shady, totally illegal. Obviously, stay away from it. But if you have a spouse, okay, that's had a credit card that you've been paying on yourself for many, many years, but you've never been on it, you can actually get placed as an authorized user on that card and start getting the reporting from it, okay? So, authorized user account, what is it? You're basically piggybacking off of someone else's credit card, okay? Now, you don't want to do this with any other credit card other than a spouse's, okay? And the reason why really has to do with lending criteria. So, a lot of banks and lenders have seen people in the past use this loophole to build up their credit, okay, and build up positive trade lines and positive activity without actually being credit worthy, okay? So they're on to you if that's what you're doing. It doesn't work anymore, okay? Fannie and Freddie, the companies or the government agencies that back the majority of our home loans these days, when they see that you have an authorized user account now on your credit report, they're going to ask you a question. Is it your spouse's? If you answer no, they're simply going to tell you, get them removed so we can rerun credit. Because most major banks, lenders, and the government agencies that are backing these loans just simply don't consider them accounts. Okay, so even if you've had a temporary loophole lift in your credit because you've become the authorized user on your cousin's credit card, your neighbor's credit card, your boss's credit card, guess what? It's not going to last, guys. It's coming to an end. Okay. But if you're added to your spouse's card, you will get that positive credit. Most major banks and lenders will allow you to use it for your loan, understanding that it is one household. So it does affect your credit worthiness. Most likely, you're paying it with your wife or your spouse, right? Um, Another thing is, another question we get asked is, do I get that person's reporting from the beginning? It used to be that when you became an authorized cardholder on someone's American Express, for example, okay, you actually got all of the previous payment history on that account. So let's say you were a pretty young guy, 20 years old, and your parents made you a cardholder on their American Express that they've had since 1965. Technically speaking, in the old days, you were getting all of that previous reporting from 1965, from before you were even born. Okay, it was one of the greater grand slams in artificially boosting your credit score. That's over with now, though. That does not exist. So when you become an authorized user on someone's credit card, the reporting will start from the day you become an authorized user. You're not getting someone's previous history. The date open will be the date it was opened, the date you became the card holder. Okay, so it's something that I tell people to do a lot when it's a spouse. If it's not a spouse, stay away from it. Again, like I explained on the last video, if you need to build up positive trade lines, you need to get some new credit, or you need to build up positive credit history after you've already damaged your credit score. The easiest, the smartest, the best way to do it is through a secured credit card. Your local bank and lender is typically going to offer this, or your local bank and credit union. If you want to do this online, if you go to bankrate.com, they have an entire section on secured credit cards. We're not in there trying to get the best interest rate, guys. You're not going to get 0%, 12-month APR, any of that jazz. You're not going to get the JetBlue points with these cards. These are starter credit cards. So when you get the credit card, use it very minimally. Okay, maybe throw a cup of coffee on the card every month or two just to show some usage, and that alone should help you start building up the credit report. And keep in mind our rule of thumb: you want to have a minimum of 3 active trade lines when you do this. So when you're building up your credit, whether you're piggybacking off of a spouse or building up your own secured credit cards, you want to have a minimum of 3 happening. So guys, any additional questions you have regarding authorized user accounts, feel free to email me at ntsoukales@keycreditrepair.com. You can check us out here at Credit News Daily on YouTube and Facebook. We're dropping a credit minute every single day of the week. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.